and welcome back to the channel. Whether you are a Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, or if you're a Leo in other placements on your astrological natal chart that focus on love, connections, marriage, relationships, partnerships, and these areas are if you are a Leo in your Venus, or a Leo in your Juno, or a Leo in your 5th or 7th houses, then these messages are also for you. And today, Leo, I'm going to be channeling messages focusing on what would your no contact ex say if they had nothing to lose. But first, my name is Lexa Tarot, and I am a 2nd degree Reiki practitioner, as well as an intuitive tarot and oracle reader. And if you are interested in learning more about me, my client testimonials, or my credentials, just take a look down below in the description box. All my links are down below. All right, Leo, let's take a look at what your no contact ex would say if they had nothing to lose. What suppressing or lingering emotions, feelings, thoughts, maybe even unspoken confessions may be coming through in this reading. This deck that I am shuffling, I'm going to read the message that is facing me, so I'm coming from this direction. So we'll see what is coming through. And it says, restraints test, trapped in instability, resist impulsive urges to find steadier ground. So what your no contact ex would say if they had nothing to lose is letting you know here that when they had, or when there was this connection with you, there was a level of internal instability or emotional instability, maybe their thoughts, maybe their career, maybe they didn't feel 100% grounded in something that I'm getting here the self-worth issue. They feel they may not have been enough, or there may have been something within the connection, okay, that was a trigger. It made them feel like, I don't know if I'm ready, or I don't know if I'm as stable, or I don't know if this connection is as stable as I would like it to be, okay? So that's some of the energies that I'm getting here. I'm also getting something about work, like work, money. I'm getting resources. There may have been some resources here that weren't as stable as they wish that it was. And how this is coming across is that there's this sense of like unresolved feelings or unresolved clarity here in connection to the why certain things didn't feel as stable or as grounded here. And I feel that your no contact ex, if they had nothing to lose, what they would say to you is that there were some things internally going on, whether internally, emotionally, mentally, or whether it was something connected to resources, finances, maybe maturity also here. Maybe they lack some sort of maturity in regards to, taking a next step, or in regards to resolving something that they found very challenging. But there was something here that wasn't as stable. And that may have been here, that kind of tipping point here. They have here mirror. It says mirroring each other, self-image. Remember, I just talked about self-worth issues. Relationships reflect our wounds, introspection. There you go. There you go. Something here wasn't rock solid. They didn't feel like something was rock solid. And if they had nothing to lose, they wish that they could explain, but not so much with words. It's like there's this energy of like, I wish you could feel what I felt, or I wish you could understand how I'm feeling about X, Y, and Z, about whatever, again, this is a collective reading, take what resonates, but there could have been a very triggering or kind of moment here where it was like, I wish you could understand or feel how I'm feeling here about something. Okay, that was very important. Or I'm getting here something about stability here. It could have been a work situation. It could have been a finance situation. It could have been, you know, again, take what resonates. But what your no contact ex would say if they had nothing to lose was to tell you that there were some internal struggles here that made it challenging, difficult, or made it made it difficult. But I'm also getting something about triggering, and it's not so much about you it's not so much about you. This could be very much connected to some past family wounding, you know, mother wounding, father wounding, childhood situation here that created some type of internal struggle. And it may have been the case that the connection that they shared with you, there were some situations, circumstances, events that may have brought this person back to that trauma or to that sense of uncertainty or feeling triggered by a sense of unworthiness here. I don't feel that it was so much you as it was a resurfacing of that emotion or that challenge that they faced. And it so happened to be that in the connection with you, it may have been one of those connections where it was necessary for the both of you to come together so this person could confront their inner triggers, trauma, or wounding. They have here 10 of Swords. What did I say? Okay, the releasing. It's as if this person, your no contact ex, if they had nothing to lose, they would say to you, listen, what happened here, of course, could have been, you know, I always say it takes two to tango. So it's not just one person sharing all the blame or sharing all the, you know, like carrying all the burden of the connection. But there is something here, especially with the 10 of Swords, where there was some type of painful situation, circumstance, event that could have been connected to family or some sense of unworthiness here. Maybe, you know, again, family, loved ones here, making this person feel less than when they were growing up. And so that may have left a residual or lingering type of energy. And I'm not channeling that lightly and just saying it because, like, I want you to feel bad for this person. That's not the case. On the contrary, if this person had nothing to lose, they would say it really wasn't so much your fault. It was more like they realized that when they had this connection with you, it was because they needed to repair or reconcile within themselves something here that they needed to take a look at. All right, Leo? And your generosity, your care, your connection here, especially if this was the type of connection that started when this person was rock bottom, there may have been a sense of internal struggle here that either you were aware of or that you were not aware of. Okay. All right, let's take a look here at what else is coming through. I feel that there were some karmic lessons learned in this past connection with you, Leo. Yeah, I just said it. Here it is, healing connection. Yeah, this connection Your romance will transform your life. There was something about this connection that your no contact ex realized, whether they, yeah, I feel that there was there were a lot of emotions here when they were in the connection with you. So maybe they didn't realize this then and there. But with time, this, like I said, could have been a karmic relationship in which not only, Leo, did your no contact ex learn to heal something within, but there was also this mirroring effect here, Leo, where you may have learned to repair or reconcile with your own internal battles with something here. And it's as if both of you here, in some way, shape, or form, not only did it connect emotionally, and did both of you connect with one another on an emotional level, but also on a level of what needed to be kind of highlighted so that either you can start the healing process or continue the healing process within yourselves. So again, it feels like this connection with your no contact ex, and what they would like to say if they had nothing to lose, or if they could, is that your love, your chemistry, the passion, and the connection within your past relationship allowed this person to really see something and heal, or at the very least, start the healing process. Okay, this could even be something like, you may have called out some things here that this person may have taken offense to, but there may have been some sort of honesty and clarity there. And that sense of you shining the light, or the triggering that this person caused in you and you caused in them, the light and the clarity and the illumination was felt on both your ends. So this connection felt like it may have been a roller coaster ride, because I'm getting that also. It may have been a lot of ups and downs. It may have been choppy. Ego and pride may have gotten in the way, various moments here within this connection. But there was also an awareness, and that's the truth that they wish that you knew, that it was more healing than what they may have shared, or they may have wanted to say. Okay, so yeah, like I said, there was emotional depth here. A lot of emotions towards you, chemistry, passion, okay, especially with these two people here, okay, through the love. Yes, there were triggers. Yes, it felt like the resurfacing of dependency and codependency issues here, maybe things from past, I was even going to say past life traumas here, whether together or individually. But there was a lot of depth, and the depth that was felt here was real. It felt authentic. It felt real, and it felt, especially here with this depth, the things that were shared privately, you touch this person's heart very deeply. This connection allowed this person to open up, or at least crack the door open here. As you see that little crack there, there are also 4 hearts there. 4 is about stability. So it cracked open here. And it may have been a very painful ending, but it was one that, in hindsight 2020, there were healing. There was a sense of repair within themselves. Whether this person decided to go to therapy afterwards, whether this person decided to heal themselves, repair that, work on themselves, or whatever this is or was, there was a sense here that this person was able to get themselves back on track. And the reason for this, and then this is what I feel, it's like that unspoken confession here, is that you were a vital part in that type of awareness here for this person. That being said, I hope these messages have been insightful. Don't forget here, Leo, to give me a thumbs up, like, share, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you soon.